Hello and welcome to this short tutorial series on digital restoration. These videos will show you the methods that DIAMM uses to take an image like this and restore it to this. These tutorials assume that you have reasonably good knowledge of Photoshop and will be using some advanced techniques. I will be taking you through the steps to restore a particularly damaged image in order to make sure we cover everything. Our restoration method mainly revolves around the process of selectively covering damaged paper with an undamaged paper pattern. This is what the paper that we're overlaying looks like without the background image. It may look like a white mess, but on zooming in we can see it is indeed a paper texture. This is the image we will be working on. It looks like we have a lot of work to do. The first step on restoring an image is to create the paper pattern that we will be using. We want to take a sample that is clean and undamaged. Usually, this will be between the ink and the edge of the page. It is important to remember that you can make a new pattern whenever you like, so you do not need to get it perfect first time. Make a selection, copy it, and create a new document. If you have clipboard selected here, Photoshop will automatically set the new document size to be the same as your selection. Paste your new selection into the document. This pattern is a lot smaller than the area we will need to cover, which means it will be repeated many times, so there are a couple of changes we need to make before it is ready to be used. Using the cloning tool, we want to remove elements that will be too eye-catching if they are repeated many times across the image. Be careful not to clone too much or we will lose the nice papery texture in the pattern. Next, we want to make sure it will tile nicely. If we use the offset filter, we can see the joins in the tiles. As the paper got closer to the edge, it had a different color, which would show up in our repeating pattern. We can fix this with the cloning tool too. When you're happy with your pattern, select Define Pattern from the Edit menu. You can name it if you like. We can now use this pattern on a pattern fill layer. Let's test it out. Create a selection somewhere, and then in the Layers panel, we choose Pattern Fill from this menu. It looks as though it fits the page nicely. If you have made more than one pattern, you can double-click on this icon and choose the one you want to use. Next, we are going to look at how to selectively cover damaged paper with this pattern by using Photoshop's Color Select tool.